What's up, bigwigs? We are back. We're back in the studio. It feels like life is like reborn, you know? I feel reborn. It's been a minute.
Yeah, maybe 3 weeks. So it does feel nice to be sitting in a chair and everyone else doing stuff for us.
I feel so nice. I feel like a queen in my blue velvet chair. What's up? Happy post-Memorial Day weekend to everyone listening. How are you? How's life?
Doing great. Feeling great. I think we're okay.
You had like a proper Memorial Day weekend. You like beached it, I saw. I was like, oh, she's like down the shore. Not down the shore like Philly down the shore, but down the shore.
But down the shore.
DC down the shore.
Yeah, I guess Baltimore, this is Ocean City, Maryland that I went to. So I guess it is the Maryland, Baltimore. We're going down the shore.
Down the shore.
It's kind of similar, actually, to Delco.
To the Jersey Shore, Delco, Jersey Shore. Mm-hmm. We were never shore people. Like, we were never shore. We did LBI, and
you were a little bit classier, I would say, actually.
Maybe, but we didn't like own a house there or anything. My mom's not like a shore lady. You know what I mean? She's from Long Island, New York, so it's not like her territory.
If I was from Long Island, yeah, I'd be hitting the Long Island shores.
I guess.
But not like when people say down the shore, they do typically mean Jersey or Ocean City, Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like
true.
near Atlantic City, like Margate, Ventnor.
Yeah, Ventnor.
Longport.
Yeah.
Ocean City. Makeouts pizza at Ocean City.
See, you're saying that you've never been there, but it sounds like you go there every summer.
I grew up with people who go,
yeah.
who like talk to you as if like I go. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Anna, see, some may say this is my camp.
That's your camp?
That's
the
my
shore?
camp, is the shore.
I love that.
Because I talk to you as if I'm like, well,
I
you've
love
done
when
this.
Dre tries to relate to me in a camp way.
I'm trying. I'm grasping for straws, everybody. Everybody knows Anna loves camp and talks about it a lot. She did it every summer. So that would be actually, that's my equivalent.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at her lips and I realized I forgot to put on my lip gloss. So
do you want to grab the gloss?
Yeah, I do want to grab the gloss. No, I got it. Pat's going to grab. Okay, if you grab it, you have to do my makeup on air. That's the whole point. That's what's going on.
Pat's like, I'm sorry, but your hourly rate doesn't include lip liner and lip gloss application.
Don't worry, I'm a pro. I can be real fast at this. I swear.
Actually, I like
to
this.
Cut it out. I kind of love.
Let's keep it in there. I'm cutting this actually for a clip. My friend Alexa, this actually was a friend of a friend, but now she's
take it
become
over,
my
Dre.
friend.
I got a lip.
Well, while she's putting on her lip, and it relates. And the first time I met her, this is how I knew that I loved her, and we were going to be fast friends. And she said she puts on her gloss. And I was like, oh, can I borrow some of your gloss? She was like, do you want matte or gloss? I was like, I didn't even know that there were options.
Okay, but what accent is that?
She's from she's from Philly. So she was like, but she's like a Jersey-licious.
I was hoping that was the last place you'd say.
Oh, she's from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Do you want matte or gloss? And
Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
Yeah.
It ain't Philly. It's Jersey.
It's not Philly, but it's right on the border. So there are a lot of that similar,
You know, when I meet someone, though, from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and they're like, I'm from outside of Philly, and I go, where? And they go, New Jersey, and I go, okay. they feel embarrassed because I'm a real, like,
same
Pennsylvania.
with DC. Same, yeah.
You get
it's
it,
true.
right?
I do.
They'll
yeah.
say DC, and they're actually from Virginia, and you're like, okay, God, yeah, okay, close.
I give people a pass because I go, okay, you think I won't know where you're from, so you just say DC. It's all right.
I mean, Jared, when I met him, said Allen. He said just outside of Philadelphia. I go, oh, where? He goes, Allentown, Pennsylvania. I go, that ain't just outside of Philadelphia. That's another country.
People forget proximity. They're just outside, just a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump down the road. You're like, oh, what, an hour?
Did I ever tell you this? My ex-boyfriend, when I first met him, you know, he would tell people, not me maybe, but he would tell people I'm from the greater New York area.
Now that is really stretching it.
Guess where he from? North fucking Jersey.
No,
and I'd be
sir.
like, just say
Sir.
New Jersey. He's like, it sounds better to say greater New York. I'm from like 20 minutes outside the city. I go, yeah, but you're from fucking New Jersey. Just own it.
Yeah,
embrace
own it. Somebody say the tri-state. I'm from the tri-state. I go, that's so broad. Narrow it down for me.
But my brain, when you say tri-state area, my brain goes, so you know Wawa? Like, I immediately am like, oh, okay. Because, you know, I was like, Wawa raised me just as much as like my high school. You know what I mean? That was like where I was nourished throughout my
Raised
life.
by Wawa and a For Real shake.
Oh my God, I need a shirt that says raised by Wawa.
Do they have that merch? Because if not, you need to hit up them peoples.
Wawa?
You have a connect with Wawa.
Well, no, they just sent me merch in the pandemic because I got it one day and
That
really
means you have a connect.
went ham on Instagram and they were like, she needs the hoodie.
Remember during the pandemic, we couldn't talk to like we couldn't have human interaction. So when you received a package, best thing ever.
Best day of my life. It was like Christmas.
Oh my God.
I was like on my deck and head to toe Wawa, like socks up to my like knees and the sweatshirt, and I was like, all this for one sub, one hoagie, 1 6-inch hoagie.
No, Wawa's the Mecca, we always say. But we did have a good Memorial Day. I went down to Ocean City.
Love it.
And it was actually pretty quiet for a Memorial Day. And then I checked in on, I said,
well, because it was winter in the East Coast. For those listening,
it was a little chilly.
From other places, it was fucking freezing and like windy.
65 and windy.
Cold. The
sun was beaming, but with the wind, it felt rather on the chill side. But I checked out Jersey, and I said, well, that's where everybody went. They had to close down the boardwalk because there were so many arrests.
Whoa.
73 arrests.
For what?
On the Jersey Shore boardwalk for disorderly conduct.
Oh, damn.
People were drunk. People were
the Eagles rehearsing
naked.
Or something? Like, what the fuck?
There were stabbings. Yeah, Jersey Shore is actually pretty crazy. So I said, oh, well, that's where everybody went. Okay.
Just down exit 6. You could get off. Yous know it. Jersey Shore. Don't go to jail. We don't like it.
It's either that and then the GTL Jersey Shore boys, you know?
Okay.
The Guidas. Anyway, what was going on with you?
Girl, I had a week.
You had a week. And
I had a week. And
this is the exclusive Anna Roisman story. This is the first place that she's telling this story.
Thank you.
We have a MF podcast, you guys, okay? People don't recognize.
People, can I just say, those who are listening, you are real ones. If it's your first time here, welcome to the fucking party.
Thank you.
You know, Andrea and I guest on a lot of other shows. We do a lot of other stuff, you know.
And we love it. Obviously. We love all those shows.
I'm dying. No, but a lot of people messaged me and said, "Oh, I can't wait to hear you tell this on Taylor Stricker or Michelle Con." And I will tell it on there.
Absolutely.
But I said, you got to get the exclusive on Bigwigs. I got a show.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to tell you about it because after something like this week happens, like I am at a level of peace right now in my life. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
And for those who don't know what we're talking about,
the stars have aligned.
I got to go to not one, but 2 And Just Like That events last week. And one was the fucking premiere of And Just Like That on Wednesday night where I met Steve. I met
you guys.
David Eigenberg.
MUHWANDA met Steve. Steve met Steve. This is insane. Give us a little bit.
Miranda, I found you. Oh my God. She looked amazing at the premiere, by the way. She got like feathers on. She looked beautiful. She was with her wife, but you know, hey. No, so I have to tell you how this went down. I've been dying to talk about it, and I was like, no, save it. This is my Barbara Walters exclusive.
Exactly. And this episode is airing just after last week's episode when you actually got to hang out with MUHWANDA. So
Cynthia Nixon.
If you haven't listened to that episode, go and listen to that because that was also a very cool moment. So to have these back to back is insane.
It was a really big week. I have to say, shout out to like the people who let me go to this. Like, and the reason I got to go to this premiere is because of the motherfucking impression of Steve. Like, literally,
you see where I can bring you?
Someone sent that to like, you know, the PR people, whatever, and they like they invited me. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like I fucking made. Oh my God, I got a basketball. Hey,
give us a little dribble.
Yo, check this out. Oh, you guys got to see my 3-pointer. Huh? Maybe I can't do a half-court shot, but I got a 3-point. Meet me later if you want to play a game of horse, okay?
Here we go.
A game of horse, yeah. Oh, shit.
Woo!
You know what? That was a good one. That was a good shot. You know, I still got
good.
Let me tell you about the Knicks, huh? Patrick Ewing crushed it last week.
Slam dunk. It was a slam dunk this week, Steve.
Woof. I'm in Steve mode. Okay, so here's the best. So I get to go to the I'm like freaking out. I get the invite a good 36 hours before it, right? I go, you're
checking the calendar. You're like, well, thanks for giving me heads up.
The show comes out this week. So I kind of thought the premiere would be closer to the show. Like the episode doesn't air until Thursday of this week, the 29th.
Okay.
So usually but then it was Memorial Day weekend. People are busy. You know, it's a holiday weekend. So you kind of they pushed everything up, I guess.
True.
So I'm so amped. I go, Jared, we're going to the fucking premiere. Jared was so excited too because, you know, we watch Sex and the City every night. Just to see them all in a room together is elite.
Yeah, it is. It's a next level experience.
To be in that room, I felt like, wow. So we go kind of early. They made it seem like, oh, well, if you want to take photos, you have to be there like, early and whatever. But the cast is coming at this time. So like, you might get delayed. And I was like,
right.
And I didn't even think he would be there. He doesn't really
Why?
do a lot of press. Do you know what
okay.
I mean? And
he's
and this isn't Sex and the City. This is a new show. And just like that. And there's a lot of new characters. And even though Steve is in the show, he's not in the show much.
Mm-hmm.
So like literally it didn't even dawn on me until that day. I say to Jared, I go, oh my God, do you think like David Eigenberg is going to be there? Like,
yeah.
And he's like, I don't know, like maybe.
It'd be kind of crazy. Right.
But like, I don't know. He lives in Chicago with his wife and 2 kids. He works on Chicago Fire. Like, so I was like, he might be there. So we're waiting in line to do the like press walk, like the photos on the step and repeat. And Jared somehow sees, like they have printouts of like everyone who's supposed to walk the carpet. You know what I mean? For all the like photographers and people. And he goes, I saw his name. It's crossed out already. And I go, like crossed out like he's not making it or crossed out like he's here?
Like he's here in attendance. Right.
Who knows? And he goes, no, because they just crossed out Cynthia Nixon. Because we're also standing in line. They go, I'm so sorry. We have to like hold for a second. Because the cast is here. She walks in this, she looked amazing. She walked in this like mint green, like cape with feathers with this matching dress underneath. She looked unreal. I don't know if you saw the photos of all of them.
I did. But like you describing it
was just like
quick passing.
Cute. It was like a show-stopping outfit.
Oh my God.
And she walks right by and I'm going, Miranda. Oh my God. I'm like, please. They're apologizing to me. I'm like, this is awesome to watch her walk the carpet right now.
Front row seat, yeah.
And then they crossed her name out. So then Jared's like, no, they crossed her name out. So he must be inside already.
Yeah.
And then I start like panicking. I'm like, oh my God, like I haven't even like planned this in my head. Do I have the wig in my tiny ass bag? Yeah, I do.
Of course I do.
But I it's also like a premiere. Everyone's dressed up. I'm like, I'm not going to put the wig on. Like, I'm not like that.
Not to make this about me, but I'm going to put this wig on.
You know what I mean?
But also that would have been amazing. It was the same thing that you said when you were going to meet.
Yeah. It is nice
Cynthia.
to be recognized as yourself. And I want to talk about this later because I've been watching the Pee Wee Herman doc and I have we have a lot to unpack with this.
Yeah.
But, so I go in and we're there kind of early. Like it wasn't that packed yet. Mm-hmm. And, we survey. There's amazing raw bar with a big Manolo Blahnik, like
stunning
ice sculpture with pearls dripping. And then all the oysters are around it. It's like HBO fucking knows how to throw a party for and just like that. You know what I mean?
We checked that off the list. Yeah, Big Wig Bites.
It's one of their biggest shows. So it was like, you can
Put some
tell
money into it.
who's got the budget for the, party. And we walk around and I go, oh my God, he's here. I see him. And I'm like so starstruck because this is like,
it's finally coming. It's happening.
No one's walking up to him. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's kind of just chilling. Like he's walking with his wife. He's walking around or whatever. And we walk around this like raw bar thing. And I say, Jared, I go, I think now's my time. Like it's early. And I go over and mind you, I've tagged him in all my videos, but I'm always in the Steve outfit, So I'm dressed up. I got makeup on,
Yes.
I did my hair. I look good.
I am ready with a fresh blowout here.
So I walk up and I go, we like lock eyes and I go, hi, David. I go, I just wanted to say, I have to say hi to you. I said, my name is Anna. I'm a comedian. I do an impression of you. And he goes, before I even finished my intro, he goes, Roisman. Like I'm on his fucking soccer team.
Roisman, get over the first.
Roisman. He gives me a big hug. We're hugging. I'm like,
That's the most real shit I've ever heard.
It was so like he was like Roisman, and I was like, oh my God, Dave. I'm like, hi, and I give him he gives me a big hug, and I'm like, it is such an honor to meet you. I don't think I've ever said those words. I go, it is such an honor to meet you.
Yeah.
You are iconic. I have loved doing your impression. He goes, it's great. He's like, I can't tell you how many people come up to me in Chicago and they go, have you seen the girl on Instagram who does like, the TikToks or whatever? And he goes on, I don't think he goes on TikTok. I think he goes on Instagram maybe twice a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
doesn't seem like he's chronically online.
I meet his wife, his beautiful wife. She was so nice. And she was like, thanks for making fun of my husband. Like, we love it. I was like, oh my God. And then
that's incredible.
He's like, we got to do a photo. Like he suggested it. And I
love
was
when
like,
they do that.
Yeah, of course we do.
Yeah.
You think I'm coming up? I'm like, yeah, we got to document this.
Yeah.
And we do a photo. It's terrible. My eyes are blinking. We do another photo. I'm like, oh, the flash is bad. The photos aren't good. But then I say, could we do a Miranda? And he goes, yeah, of course we could do one. And
this is insane.
It was so Jared's like, the music's really loud. I'm like, oh, this isn't going to work out. But whatever. You know what? We're doing this. We're here. We're having a great time.
Yeah.
And And we do, I don't know if you watched the video I posted.
Oh, I watched it. Oh, yeah.
We go, Miranda, and he looks at me and goes, oh, I didn't know we were doing that kind. Like, you know.
You're like, what other kind would we be doing?
And then he goes, well, let's do another one. You know, he wanted to redeem himself.
Two takes.
And Jared was like, just post the second one. I go, no, I gotta post this whole thing. This is so funny that this is like our interaction. And then we do the second one. I go, Miranda. And then we're like locked heads. I don't know. We were like soulmates. We're locked heads and we're doing this. And everyone on TikTok has pointed out, they all point out, they're like, and you're both chewing gum. Like we're both like, Miranda. And we both have gum like in the same place in our mouth. Like
you're like, I'm planned. Yeah.
And I was like, I know, we were meant to.
Unplanned.
And then some people are like, you guys look cute together. And I'm like, no. That's a line.
Guys, yeah. Can't cross it.
But then he was saying to me that there's a character on Chicago Fire that is named Miranda in real life. And everyone like does it on
jokingly
set,
does it?
like because of her and like because he says Miranda.
Yes.
And I was like, it sounds like I've ruined his life a little bit.
No Miranda is the same anymore. Thanks to you.
But it's so funny. I'm like, I love that people come up to you and they're like, do you know this like thing?
Right.
And then Teffy, shout out, you know, Teffy.
Yes, I love Teffy.
Was working the event doing interviews, and I never met her in person. We met though that night, and she's very sweet. And I was like, oh, I follow you forever on TikTok, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, you're crushing it. She was like, oh, I was just working. I was doing the interviews, and we start talking. And she's like, oh, what do you do? I said, I'm a comedian. I do a lot of impressions. I said, I'm only here because I do a Steve impression. She goes, you're the Miranda girl?
Again, it's so hard to tell with the wig and the shirt and the thing. You know what I mean?
And
people don't recognize it immediately.
I do it for her. And she's like, oh my gosh. She goes, I just talked about you. And the interview, if you guys watch it on HBO, she asks him, she interviewed all the cast members and she asks him to do a different Miranda for every emotion. So she's like, you're scared. And he's like, Miranda. And she's like, you're nervous or you're happy. And he's like, Miranda. And he's like, you see Miranda kissing a woman. And he's like, oh, Miranda. And she did this with him.
Which I feel like you've done all of those emotions too.
And she goes, something, here's where she lost me though. And Teffy knows I had a bone to pick with her because I saw the video and I go, are you fucking kidding me? She goes, this is before we met though, so she gets the benefit of the doubt. She goes, something is viral on TikTok. That's what she said. And the amount of people who tagged me and I go, something, bitch, I'm 5 feet away from you at that party.
And something is right here.
Something is a someone, okay? And she's a deserving girl, so credit me.
Give her something, aka Anna Roisman.
Like other people were like, I can't believe she didn't say your name. Like, oh, this girl Anna, or whatever, this comedian, something. Anyway, it's okay. I've been compared to worse. You know, like
as long as you're tagged in the comments and people know, that's actually might be better because then people are like, oh, let me go support her.
Who knows? You know, who knows? But it was so funny to like see him and meet him and like have that kind of interaction.
Big wig moment.
He goes, you know, he's like, I know we were gonna do a video, you know. He's like, I can't step on the girls' toes. He's like, you know, I don't do this like press stuff. Like I just do just the party once a year.
He's just
you know,
a guy.
Like he's like, you know, it's not like my place.
Right.
Oh my god, it was so.
That is amazing.
It was so cool. It was like going to like a very famous like wedding or bar mitzvah. Like these people were just fucking like dancing, drinking, like
having a good time.
I met Aiden. Did you see?
Oh my god, yes.
Wait, Aiden and I like look good in that photo together.
No, it's actually scary because Jared and Aiden have a similar type of look.
Yeah.
I'm saying it.
He looks good. I gotta say, he John Corbett. Good. He's aged well, and you know,
he might look better than when he was in the Aiden. In the Aiden is such a chill. He's like just throw on a shirt, but this man
he looked great, and he's like 20 feet tall, and he had these like glasses on. He was like walking around like fucking Elvis Presley at this party. You know what I mean? And like his wife is Bo Derek, like famous model actress.
I'm sorry. He's married to Bo Derek?
Yeah, for 30. They've been together like 30 years. Something crazy.
Well, it's like a Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell type of thing.
They've been together for a long. I don't think they've been married that long. But they've been together for a long time.
Oh,
and she's there, and she looks stunning, you know. And she's in like a white, you know, like blazer and everything. But it's so funny because she's like kind of off to the side, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, Aiden!"
And you're like, "I'm sorry, you know who's white? You know, it's a power couple."
I was like, "Can we take a photo?" He's like, "Yeah, right on."
Right on. Wait, that is him.
Right on.
Right on.
Yeah, it was pretty epic. And the best is in the photo in my carousel, in the photo with Aiden, famed actor Michael Emerson is in the photo holding a holding a plate of food.
Yeah.
And Jared was so starstruck by seeing him. He was in Lost. I don't know if you know Michael Emerson. He was
No,
the
I don't
bad guy in Lost.
I don't recognize that.
You guys definitely, you would know him if you saw him
Yes,
and
I'm
stuff.
sure.
He always plays a lot of like creepy characters. He's very recognizable.
Yeah.
And I had a really funny audition once where I was the only one. I was signing into an audition, and in this entire audition hall, he was the only person there besides me. And did I ever tell you this? I ruined the toilet. And I was so paranoid.
You had a major shadoobie?
No, it like was clogged, and I went to the bathroom, and I like was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I guess I have to clog it more because it's like not, and there's nothing else to do. And I was so paranoid. And then I like go in for my audition, and then he's gone. I'm like, oh my God, Michael Emerson. If he had to use the bathroom, like he's gonna remember like that girl who fucked up that whole fucking toilet. I was so nervous, so I was like, oh my God, do I tell him? Like, hey, it's
And the other girl. Also, I didn't clog that toilet. That was totally somebody else, but I peed on that.
It didn't look
Now
good. It didn't look good.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was. There were people from White Lotus.
Such a cool.
Lachlan was there.
Wait, what?
I didn't get to say
Are they just
hi.
friends, or just because it's
No,
a
HBO.
place to be? Oh, an HBO
A lot
family.
of HBO press, a lot of HBO family, a lot of
That makes
HBO. Across the HBO board, a lot of people were there. It was a hot ticket. It was really fun.
It looked really fun. Big wig moment for sure.
The biggest wig moment for me. It was major.
And were you and Miranda like buddies, like Cynthia? You because you just saw her last week at the Page Six. No,
I saw
at
her
Sirius
again
XM
the
radio.
other night. And I like said hi and bye, but
you're the besties now.
besties. It was so funny. Like I'm like, oh my God, and people are like, you did it, and I'm like, they're like, oh, what now?
Yeah,
and I'm
what
like,
are the
bitch,
comments?
The season starts this week. I got to give Steve a whole storyline.
Content's coming. Wait, no. So Steve isn't really in this season. It's mostly TBT.
TBD.
But there is a love interest. Like Aiden does come back. Like there was a
Aiden's
note
been
I'm
back.
seeing. Aiden's been back, but now there's even more.
Aiden and Carrie got an apartment together, but then he had to go take care of his son. So they're kind of on the like long distance.
What
plane.
will happen? Oh, okay. And Carrie doesn't do long.
You didn't
distance.
watch
She's
last
like,
season?
No.
Oh.
I couldn't get over. You guys,
You gotta catch up.
Once I have to catch up now. I'm very invested because we've got degrees of closeness now. We are like one and the same.
Yeah, and I'm listening to Kristen Davis's podcast a lot. Are You a Charlotte, which I love because it's fun to see her watch the show from Sex and the City from the start and realize like Carrie wasn't a good person. Like, it's funny to see her like be like, wait, I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, they're all good here.
No,
that is so cool. These stories. This is all I want to hear about. Like, I just love these stories of getting to meet the people. It's so fun.
It's so fun.
And when they really, it's a part of the joke. It just adds to the full story. It's a whole journey. Like the show has created a universe, and that's what I love.
It has, and like
so cool.
I kept saying all night, I'm like, it got so crowded and loud, and like there were performances, and it was like Mario Cantone did a performance. It was so cool. Like he like sang, and I was just like, had I not stopped him when I did, I don't know that I would have gotten that moment. Do you know what I mean? Because it was just so chaotic. Like it was like we were meant to be there early, like with him in that like corner of the room, and I was like, nah.
You have to.
Yeah.
And if you have, those feelings where you're like, I need to do this, you just have to go do it. Because there's never, I'm always I'll get to it. No, you'll lose your opportunity.
No, you got to do it.
You got to do it.
And I told him, he met Jared, and I said, I've been a comedian forever, and my boyfriend's heard all my bits. And I started doing the Steve voice in the pandemic when we were in lockdown, and he was like cracking up. And I was like, I might as well throw this on TikTok. I don't know. Maybe this is something funny. And he was like, I love that. And he was just laughing because he was like, that's what you put on? Like you were like bored in the pandemic.
Yeah, that's the outfit that you went with and stuck with?
Yep.
Sure is.
I didn't want to tell him I had the wig in the bag, but I had the wig in the bag. You
didn't want to freak him out too much.
Yeah, and I was like in a gown, and I was like, I can't do this right now. But anyway, that's the exclusive.
The exclusive.
I love you, David Eigenberg. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's
Maybe
really
one
great.
of them will come on our show. Now that I'm getting tighter with the cast.
I mean, yeah. Do we have an update on Ilaria? Speaking of,
no. I spoke with her social people.
Yes.
TBD. They did not love my idea. It felt like, which I was like,
they weren't receptive of that. Okay, so just pitch a couple.
Can I
more.
be honest though? My idea, super funny. I don't know if I told you it. I'll tell you it off air, because if we do it, I want it to be a surprise.
Yeah.
Put her in the best light, honestly. Like,
of course.
So, I'm like, oh, okay. So I have no idea. I don't know if it'll happen. I probably spoke about it. Now it won't happen. I don't know. It was a holiday weekend. I haven't talked to them.
It was a holiday weekend. They're in Los Antones. It's busy.
Who knows?
So wait. So guys know I'm in the Hampton Storyboard magazine, and I just need to clear up something also. because I was reading through the article. I haven't received the hard copy of it yet, but they posted it online. So I was seeing if all of my stuff made sense. And there's one part where I do mention that I'm going on the Wives on the Waves, the sea with the housewives. Wait,
what?
Wives on the Waves. There's a cruise that I was supposed to go on with Teresa, Dolores.
Yes, I remember.
And then Shannon Bedore got switched out, or she got switched in. So in the interview, because we did it months ago, I said that. And so in the interview, it says that I'm going on this cruise. Like, get ready to see me on the waves.
Oh, no.
But I'm sadly no longer going on that cruise anymore.
They can update that.
I hope so. But it went to the printers, and that's why they needed my photos a couple months ago. And I didn't have refreshed photos of myself. They needed like professional, real, like styled headshots, and I didn't have that, so I had to send them stuff from Watch What Happens Live. I was like, this photo will do. And then I was hitting myself, and I'm like, oh my God, so they wrote that in. So if you're listening here, I am not going on that cruise, but do pick up a copy of the Hampton Storyboard magazine.
But guess what cruise we are going on?
The
Absolutely not 2027, bitch.
Let's go.
That's a great place for us to take a quick break because we mentioned the cruise. So, you know, it's going to happen in every segment of the show. So
obviously.
We'll be right back. And we're back. You know, we had to shake the cruise out of us again. It's just like always a part of your blood.
It's right here in the back of it's front and back
It's
lobe.
such a great topic when you're with friends and you like lose you don't know what to talk about. You can be like, so I went on a cruise recently. You want to hear about
a friend who's like trying to catch up with you, and they're thinking about all the things that they've seen you do on social. They're like, so what have you been up to? Oh my God, the cruise. How was that? The boat.
Yeah.
And then you have an hour-long conversation ready to go.
Easy. Yeah. I'm
so
like,
true.
let me hit my bullet points. Hold on.
Oh my God.
So I feel like I didn't know much about the AMAs, but last night the AMAs were on.
I feel as though it kind of snuck up on us.
Yeah,
and then I opened my phone and I was flooded.
Also, JLO was hosting, which I was like,
so Nikki
when has
Glaser
JLO hosted
opened,
an award show?
But then I thought JLO was like the chairman or the host after Nikki Glaser.
No, Nikki was a presenter. She just did she presented.
What?
Yeah. No.
I thought this girl was doing
She wasn't
doing
hosting.
the most
JLO hosted.
She
did the big opening.
Right. It was like
and
27
then she
songs
was the host
or something.
of the show. Like, that's how it was billed.
Go off, JLO.
Yeah. And it was all because it was like a good PR move because she's
Huge.
doing Vegas.
Vegas residency, Jenny from the block hitting Vegas. You know what's crazy though? When they asked her, so what are you planning for Vegas? She's like, I've got so many other things
She didn't know.
ahead. I haven't even planned it, but it'll come to me. She's like, I got a bunch of other shows coming up. What is she has like 5 other projects. Oh, a new movie?
Yeah, she's going to be Kiss of the Spider Woman. It's a big one.
Girl, what? Oh, no, that's why she was kissing everybody.
No,
Every
yeah.
damn near
Kiss
breakup
of the
dancer.
Spider Woman is an old musical that they turned into a movie, and she's like the lead in the movie.
She's the lead.
So it's going to be like her Wicked moment. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that it's that popular
go
of
off.
a musical, but like they'll market the shit out of that movie.
Oh,
I know this has been in the works for a while, and I think it's
Absolutely.
like coming out like in the next year or something.
Okay.
So yeah, there were a lot of like spidery Kiss of the Spider Woman like references in that big performance.
That makes sense.
So she did pull a full like Britney and made out with like 2 backup dancers. Remember when like
Yeah.
Madonna kissed Britney and Christina?
How could you forget?
Yeah.
Yeah. These kisses, the way that the camera was moving when she did this huge performance, it was, she grabbed one person, made out a little bit, but it was like a 2-second kiss, but there seemed movement.
Yeah.
And then she turned around and kissed somebody else. And then she held somebody's face.
Yeah,
So-
she like jumped into a guy's
Oh, that's where they cut the video
body
off.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, now
Hot.
she's sexing someone, and
Now she has fully
she took it a
jumped
step
on their body.
further. She looked amazing. All her
No.
outfits, she's fucking
I am sick to my stomach with how amazing JLo looks.
yeah. If only I mean, if only I can't wait till I'm in my 50s and I have that kind of money to fucking tighten myself up like that. You know?
The thing, yes, because of course there's a workout regime. There is a food routine. There's so many things you do to look
there's
like that.
lipo, there's fillers, there's fucking
All these things.
facelifts, there's all of it. Tiny little shape my nose a little better. You know, I can't wait.
Well, yeah, but there is one thing to be said about JLo is that she has stayed consistent. You know, there's people, I mean, because it's easy to let yourself go. Hello, I do it all the time. I have a slice of key lime pie and I have no
never
no
let
remorse.
yourself go.
No, but I'm saying, you know how JLo has like literally consistently, she has never had an off moment where she just
I bet
got
she
a
has.
little bit.
But guess
girl,
what?
I ain't never seeing it.
But guess what? we're not gonna see it, but I bet she has like a cheat day or a bad day or
definitely
eats a piece of cake.
But you know how
Then
celebs
she can go and suck that out, with her personal people.
We've seen people struggle with weight though, and then they tone themselves back.
Not
in.
anymore. We got the Ozempic looming over
Everybody's
us.
Ozempic. Yeah, I can't even tell who.
You gain a pound or
who's
two, you
not.
could just rub that on your gums or something. I think at this point and just fucking let her rip.
Yeah, JLO she's looking phenomenal. Every single outfit also hit. Did you see that low? She was wearing that low. It was a bodysuit romper, black with sequins.
I don't know if I saw it. I saw
and
a bunch.
It was went all the way down to her crack line.
We love a crack line. You know what's so funny though? I saw some article and they
Not Anna's.
They put the photo of her in the Versace dress and they were like, and she was wearing this one outfit that resembled the Versace. It didn't resemble it at all.
Yeah, it really didn't.
And I was like, all the comments were like, let it go. Like she's beyond that dress. That dress is
right.
We're done. We love the dress. It was a moment in history.
Exactly. But we'll never forget that dress.
We're not trying to be that dress every time we get dressed.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
It's so weird, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I was like, it's blue and silver and a V-neck. Is that why the low cut? But I'm like,
I see it's in the color family, but it's definitely a different vibe.
That dress was, it was a stunner when it happened because not everyone was wearing like such see-through silhouettes. I mean, they were, but they weren't, and it was so far down to her vagina that people were just like, oh my God, like I've never seen something so sexy. But now people are full on butt naked on a red carpet. They're wearing like literally like nothing and full nipple out, and it's like the dress had its moment, but it's not like still shocking. People are like, it's still as shocking as this. No.
Yeah. No, it's so true. I think we've gotten a little bit more freeing with the fashion choices.
Yeah. Speaking of red carpet, it was a very unfortunate night for Heidi Montag. Who let her?
I have an interesting take on this.
Who let her go on that carpet with that wig? What's your take?
My take is that Heidi is now she's having a resurgence.
Sure.
And what do you do when you need to stay relevant? You do something shocking. So I think there's many ways that you could have been shocking. And was it to choose this outlandish one-piece blue romper thing and then get a traumatic wig? Maybe.
The wig is from the dollar store. Like, my wigs look better than that from Amazon that are $18.99.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I put a better bald cap on when I did Pitbull.
Literally.
I don't know what the choice was there. And Spencer looked good, and Spencer was very supportive of her. But what was she giving? She was giving almost
Stepford wife robot, like Stepford wife who went to disco night. You know what I mean? Who got a spot at the karaoke bar. I don't know. Like, yeah, I gotta say, I understand your take. Like, stay relevant, do something shocking.
Yep.
But when your house burned down and then your song gets super popular and they were like doing a really good job of promoting her and getting her appearances and putting her song, a bunch of celebrities were posting it on TikTok and it was like really making the rounds, right? Like,
it was, yeah.
Her album is like redone or whatever. And then you go on a carpet with that kind of hair, you're like, oh, is it fake? Like, it made me worry, like, oh, maybe they're not doing well. Maybe they didn't have hair and makeup to do her today, and she found that wig in the fire. Like, I was like, what?
She's like, amongst don't go there. No, it's not something to laugh at.
It's not, but it's,
I saw the glue. I saw the glue on the forehead.
It was falling down into her eyes. Something was so off about it.
This was Real Housewives of Atlanta, that scene where they go, girl, your wig is slipping. Like, it said, we could have concealed this a little bit better, or just wear your normal hair.
Here's what it would have been the best. Like, I mean, maybe they tried to get her a performance or like, even a commercial. Here's what she needed to do. Come on the carpet, look fucking slamming, right? Yep. She has beautiful hair too. Like,
that's what I'm thinking. I'm saying
from
why
real
not
life.
Use your real hair?
We've seen her real hair. Yeah. I'm like, what in the, this was like.
And we get the wigs though. We get the wig move, but let's do the wig up. Let's let's change our hair color. I don't know. If we're going to be blonde, then don't buy a blonde
Go
bob.
hot pink or something cool for the AMAs. But I feel like a brand should have partnered with them and given her the moment to do her song with the brand.
Yeah.
And if she didn't get a performance on the show, because there were really big artists on the show, you know what I mean? It was like fucking, we're in the Benson Boone days. Like, I get it that there might not have been a spot for her.
Not Benson Boone. You mean Jelly Roll, Benson Boone?
They're big.
They are
so
big.
I feel like maybe she partners with the brand, right? Here's my PR move. And when you do those, it's almost like a Super Bowl commercial. Like, where she gets to like be singing in the commercial and you're like, holy shit, look at Heidi. Like, that's fucking awesome.
Yes.
I get that not everyone watches commercials, but for live events like that, they do. You know, they tune in. And I just thought, like, that's the wrong move. Like, people, that's all they're going to remember from this. They don't even remember that she is a singer and has a cool album. Like, it's unfortunate for her.
I thought it was a space techno pop star. Which is kind of what she's maybe getting into. Maybe she's tapping into this new album that she's doing, and it's gonna all be. She's like, I want to do SpaceX Odyssey next.
Katy Perry's not getting good reviews, so she's like, this is my hole. I can fill this hole for you guys. I got this.
I could see it happen. You know. I mean, she'll sing her song.
Listen, I support them and I love them and I hope they're okay because of the fire.
Yeah.
But that was concerning. The wig was concerning.
People are a little bit worried. Everybody else looked great. Nikki Glaser with that lace.
Oh, yeah. It was a cool outfit. She looked awesome.
She looked sick.
I didn't see. I only
saw I didn't watch it.
Yeah. I watched clips. I watched some of it, actually. I was like doing work and eating, but I did watch some of it. I saw Rod Stewart perform, and honestly, that man can fucking move at 80 years old.
Yeah.
It was so funny. He said something. All 8 of his kids were there, like, and they like presented him with this big award, and then he performed to close out the show. So I guess I saw the end of the show. And he comes out on stage. He's like, I didn't know my kids. He's like, I didn't know my kids were here. Like, all 8 of them are here. He goes, sorry guys. He's like, I had not. Or he said something like, oh, I didn't have a television when I was younger. That's why I had 8 kids. Like, he's like, yeah, I got 8 of them. I had no television.
That's how I distracted myself.
Yeah,
making babies.
Hooked up. It was funny, but he sang Forever Young, and he looked it. He really, I was like, wow.
Gotta love that.
Go off, Rod. Yeah. Sir Rod Stewart. I didn't know he was
Sir Rod Stewart.
Sir.
It was like Countess Luann.
Yeah, or Sir Elton John.
Sir Elton John.
Sir Rod Stewart.
Yeah. Thought about that.
Anyway. Oh, and I got sad about Billy Joel's diagnosis. Did you see that?
Yeah, I was actually just mentioning. It came up on my feed, and I said, wait, what's happening?
He canceled like all his future shows right now.
Which, you know, for a performer that probably killed. Like, hurt to do that.
Yeah, and it's just like, it sucks for them that like, if you have a diagnosis, you have to like really be public with this shit, you know? Like,
yeah, you do, even though you probably don't want to.
Right? Like with breakups, with sickness, like with, you know, illness, it's just like, ugh, that's annoying.
I know.
But I hope he's okay. Like, his family seems to think he'll recover and he'll be able to be back. So
yeah, totally.
It's tough when you're at that age. Like,
I know. I feel like more diagnoses are happening more and more.
Yeah.
Or maybe we're just becoming more aware because we have social media, so there's always posting about it. So
yeah.
When it happens, you see it right away.
Shit's public now.
It is really public. It is.
Wait, did you see this article with Patti LuPone?
I did, but I did not read it at all.
I haven't read it yet either. I've only seen takes, and I've seen the threads. I've fallen down the threads hole.
Oh yeah.
She did this article, and like, she's asked about Audra McDonald, and she specifically says she is not my friend, like, in a negative way, you know?
Okay.
And maybe they're not, and I don't think you have to be friends with everyone or whatever, but it comes off racist because it's like, don't put down, one of the greatest performers on Broadway besides you know, who's a woman of color, who's kind of broken a lot of barriers for a lot of people. And then it's funny because, a lot of people are like, fuck Patti LuPone for saying that. I know she's in the different generation, and I don't know that. I don't think I want to believe she's not racist. I've loved her for so long. But this didn't look good in the article.
Yep.
And then if you go even further, she has this reputation. She's very like confident and outgoing and, a big personality. And that's part of the reason we love Patti LuPone.
Yeah, totally.
But someone wrote in the comments of one of these fucking threads, they were like, well, she's just pissed off because Audra has more Tony Awards than her.
Oh, okay. So people are saying she's jealous. There's a little bit jealousy.
And then someone else wrote, yeah, and she won't give it up that Madonna got cast in the movie of where she played Evita.
And she's not over it. Yeah.
She's not over that either. And I was like, oh, so maybe this is a little deeper than just like,
I think so.
I don't know. It's weird. I want to read the article because I don't want to like say, is it racist or not racist until I read it. But like, it doesn't look good. It didn't come off looking good. And like, not by the Tony Awards. Like,
yeah, I know.
Is she trying to stop her from winning another? Is that why she like did this article? Like, it was like
making a comment about
catty.
it.
I don't know.
Still catty in her age.
I mean, yeah.
That's kind of crazy. But
yeah.
I'm trying to think of somebody else that had said something negative. Sofia Vergara is still pissed that Jodie Foster won all the awards over her.
I remember that.
But she won't give it up though. Like, remember when she almost ran up to the stage and she was like, "You want another one?"
Yeah.
And now she's still talking about it in the interviews.
Jodie Foster is another one. It's like you're competing with like, royalty here. Like,
it's kind of hard. She's like, I just wanted to win one, but like it's kind of crazy how
it's different though. I feel like she's in a comedy category for me. Even if you do drama, you're known as a comedy actor.
Yes.
Jodie Foster, it was for a dramatic award, and Jodie Foster's traditionally like a dramatic actress. So
totally. Sophia said she just did so much prosthetics that she was ready for her award when she was Griselda.
Yeah.
Which we've discussed.
We watched a little bit of that. Yeah. I thought it was okay. I didn't finish it. I watched like 2 episodes.
As a Sophia lover and impersonator, I should have watched it. So that's my homework.
It didn't get that much press.
Which is shocking, though, because it's such a different role for her. So you would think.
Yeah.
But
I liked her in it. You know what I mean? It was like...
It's different for her.
Like, mafia like movie. Like,
yeah.
I guess not mafia. It's like drug lords.
Yeah. Cartels.
Yeah. Yeah, that. I was like, violence, something like that. Like
one of those.
Bad people.
I need to get this out of my system. I have to talk about JoJo Siwa.
What about her? My favorite human being on the planet.
What's going on, you guys? I just want to know, are we back to...
Yeah, I have a boyfriend. What do you want to say about it? Yeah, I have a boyfriend.
JoJo, we're just a little confused because we love you. We love you in your rainbow attires, and you were happily dating a woman, and now you went on Big Brother, and it's like you discovered
another man,
a new side.
They
to you.
seem really happy though. Have you seen all their like photos and stuff? And they're holding hands, and they're in airports like snuggling, and I'm like, okay,
what?
I've seen a lot.
JoJo.
I wrote a role for JoJo in my movie. Like, she's going to be in my film.
Absolutely. Well, when I saw her pick up Tom Sandoval and carry him when he was in the challenge show, and she was like, "Yeah, Tom, get on my back. I'll save you." And Tom was like, "Okay, dude, I'm not even that tired." And then I thought, I
never saw this, but it sounds like a great scene.
And it is hilarious. Tom is complaining because he's exhausted, and she just... With just one swift movement, she just goes whoop and hoists up Tom over her shoulders, carries him military style. His whole body is just limping on her body. I said, this girl.
She's got all the Vanderpump Rules people like, drop him!
Yay! No, seriously. So
that's
this
so
is
funny.
For real. Are they actually? I've only seen one interview with her. They are together.
Yeah, they were like best. They even post like, had a great birthday weekend with the love, like my love, like best time ever. Like they're in a full relationship. I don't know his name, but he was on Big Brother with her.
I saw the scenes of them in Big Brother, and they were holding hands. They were laying in bed, and everybody was talking, and they were just like canoodling in bed.
I love that JoJo keeps doing these shows. Like JoJo, like started on a reality show,
right?
Became this major like teen pop star.
Yeah.
Did a good job, I think, of transitioning into her career she has today, because she still has music and she's still like this like personality everyone loves.
Yeah.
She's out there, and then she still goes back and does these like what was the Tom Sandoval show? The like
some challenge, military X,
right, and then she's on Big Brother and she's on Dancing with the Stars. You're like, oh shit, she still holds it down. You know what I mean? She still goes back to her roots of the reality world.
Yeah, totally. That just actually made me think of Alex Earl.
It's gonna be on Dancing with the Stars.
That announcement was actually pretty sick. I said, oh. These TikTokers, they're so smart with their announcements. Like,
who
it's
I think
so simple.
Is trying to get on?
Who?
Ilaria.
Stop it right now.
Which honestly would be a good move.
This would be... Are you joking? Wait, because she just did this challenge, this dance challenge on a TikTok I saw.
She's been doing a couple of like, dances on TikTok. Because she's new to TikTok,
She is, TikTok is she's like, nuevo, muy nuevo para Ilaria.
But the best is I saw a TikTok of hers last night, and she was like, you guys, there's an account named Alec Baldwin 2.0, and my husband Alec Baldwin does not have an account. Like, what do we do, guys? I'm new here. What do we do? Do we report? Like, it's so funny to like scroll through and you see your husband's, and it's just like someone reposting his shit from Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, because he has an Instagram. And
right, exactly.
There's a lot. I bet there's like 40 Alec Baldwins on TikTok, honestly.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm like, keep digging.
Alec Baldwinito, Alec Baldwin, Alec Baldwin 1.
So funny.
Alec Baldwin 2. I love that she's trying to, Well, now that you've actually been in contact with her, I
know I'm nervous about like because I wanted to make a video together.
Absolutely, but I do like how she does this sort of like help me. I don't know what's going on kind of role, but it actually I think it's very genuine. I really do. Like she really is new to TikTok. You know, not in a bad way.
She has a new social team. They should be teaching her TikTok.
Right, guys. Whoever Bethany's got, get on that because Bethany has been in the TikTok game forever. So then Bethany was excited because Eladia. Did you see Bethany's video?
I did. I
actually,
stitched
did
it.
You stitch it? Bethany, Eladia,
it really confused me. Yeah, Bethany. It didn't look like it was going to a positive place. Bethany was like, "You guys, Hilaria Baldwin's on TikTok. I am sat. Like I'm ready for it." And then Hilaria goes,
"Yeah,
Bethany, hang out with me.
Let's do something fun together."
And then I was like, so many people said it to me, and I was like, my brain can't comprehend this right now. I was like, I'm in just like that mode. I can't comprehend this right now.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of hard. You were deep in
it's just
like
so
that.
funny. It's so funny. Like we never had this kind of like these moves and stuff before TikTok. You know what I mean?
It's kind of crazy to make them more accessible. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
totally.
Like no one knew that this person wasn't on TikTok and is on TikTok, and now they're. You know what I mean? Like
Totally.
we didn't have access to all these people's lives like this.
Yeah.
It's just so funny that this is like where we're at. Like.
Social
like how
media-
even Jojo Siwa, how I'm like, well, I saw them holding hands in an airport.
Yeah,
and you're like, I haven't seen that. And I'm like, yeah, of course, I saw that on TikTok. Like, people are reporting on this shit. Like, everyone's e-news now on TikTok, you know?
I know. It's hard to know who to trust, but also that is where I get all my updates on the celebrities from.
Yeah.
The guy that's traveling from, I don't even know, America to Hawaii or on his boat, he like quit his corporate job.
I was like, hold on a second.
You know that guy? He quit
America is Hawaii. Wait, okay, keep going.
Right. A state in northern
Forrest Gump.
Oregon, and he quit his corporate job without proper training, but he taught himself how to sail, I guess, and he got a sailboat. He spent his life savings and got a sailboat with it and brought his cat on board. And he has been sailing from Oregon. He made it to Hawaii, and he has amassed millions, like so many followers now because every day he would vlog his whole experience. And I said, this guy, now he's got brand deals. I'm like, all right, where's my boat? What adventure am I taking? Ready. And I just got to vlog, but it's crazy giving what the guy, social can connect you with.
Yeah, it's giving the guy who, remember he lived in the van. It didn't end well, but he lived in the van and they made a movie about it.
You're saying Brian Laundrie?
No.
The documentary?
No. Into the Wild.
Into the Wild.
I forget his name.
Yeah, Alexander Supertramp.
No, there was this guy, and he like lived in he went into the wild in his van, and then there's a famous movie about it that was like an Oscar movie. Like
I'm thinking of 72 Hours, the guy that was rock
that was another one. Well,
this was a success story actually.
Wow. Well, I'm glad.
This cat. But it's crazy. What Elf Cosmetics organized somebody to drop something from a helicopter.
Elf is always the first brand. Literally, if there's ever a brand.
Stop being so thirsty, but do you want to work together?
Yeah, why can't Elf sponsor us? We're girls who wear makeup.
Elf.
We're not on a boat with a cat.
This man is a man, doesn't wear a lick of makeup, and Elf is like, we're here, ready to sponsor you.
All of a sudden, Elf is like, the next day on the boat, he's like, hey guys, so I'm shade number 31 of concealer today.
You know what? For the right price, I will wear Elf Cosmetics.
Damn.
I actually love Elf. I didn't know what their eyes, lips, and face.
Oh, Elf. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because it's E period L period
I
F
thought
period.
Someone loved Christmas like I do.
Elf.
I feel like I just like learned like the secret of life. I'm like, that's what it stands for.
I am screaming.
I honestly had zero. I'm gonna tweet that. I was today years old when I learned what Elf Cosmetics stood for.
What did you think the period stood for after every letter?
Literally, my brain thinks of Elf the movie, and so I just was like, yeah, it's a good brand. They named it Elf. No, never crossed my mind it stood for anything. The periods were not even there for me.
Elf, you have to sponsor us now with this newfound knowledge.
You better cut this clip. You better cut this clip for Elf. I just thought they liked Christmas. I literally did.
But they sell it all year round. It's not seasonal.
I know, but it's like special.
Eyes, lips, and face.
Wow. My mind is blown.
Honestly, mind blown.
What does MAC stand for?
Macho, aesthetic, chill.
Oh, now she's making it up. Wait. Okay.
Macintosh.
That was a moment. Wow.
Yeah, that was great.
Elf Cosmetics. Damn.
Elf Cosmetics.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you, I really think you'll love it. I'm watching the new Paul Rubens Pee Wee Herman documentary.
Oh my gosh.
HBO. It just came out. It's 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Easy watch. So it's amazing. I mean, you know, he passed away in 2023.
Yes.
And it's so sad. He was so iconic. And honestly, I've always looked up to him. I watched Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse as a kid and the movies, Pee Wee's Big Adventure. And this documentary, especially as a comedian, as a person who wears wigs and does characters, it is so interesting to see how his life like took off.
Totally.
And so they interviewed him for 30 hours. He didn't tell the producers or anyone that he had been battling cancer for 6 years. And they did all these recordings like right before he died.
Oh my gosh.
And he's so good on camera and he's so real. But it's so interesting because he talks about this like, I haven't even watched all of the second episode, so I'm not like ruining it or giving it away. But there's this one, you know, like he was a groundling and he moved to LA. He was an actor. Like he moved to LA to act. And he had like a nice childhood. His parents fully like supported him. And his story is so interesting. And then he found the Groundlings and he started doing comedy at the Groundlings. And, you know, they would do these characters and whatever. And he did this Pee Wee Herman character. And it was like really fun for him. Yeah. And people loved it. And then he did it more. And, you know, he had this fun set that he would do. And then he did a show at the Groundlings. And then he like he was a performance artist, you know what I mean? And then he like started doing Pee Wee Herman like out in the wild. Like these are the pre-TikTok days, you know what I mean? Like and people didn't know if that was real or not. And he liked that. Kind of like oh
my gosh, it was a
parody. Who's the other comedian who Man on the Moon who help me out. Jim Carrey played him in the movie. Andy Kaufman was also doing this,
the references here, so
Thank you. My brain is like shot. But you know, Andy Kaufman also was like, kind of always this character, and you're like, is that him? Is it not him? You know, is this really Pee Wee Herman? Is he really this like nerdy like? I loved him. And so Paul Rubens talks about how like the character was taking off and he didn't like necessarily know what he dug himself into. Like he loved doing it, but he was more than just that. Yeah. And so he like was in other movies like as an actor, but like no one knew who he was. And then when he wrote Pee Wee's Big Adventure with with Phil Hartman and someone else.
Phil Hartman.
Oh my God. And he said they had a huge screening at the Chinese theater and it was this big thing. And he came dressed as Pee Wee Herman and he did like almost like interviews with MTV. He interviewed all these people as Pee Wee Herman and it's so cool to see. But he said the movie played and no one knew who Paul Rubens was when it said written by. And he was like, it's interesting to hide behind a character and have this anonymity that because he felt a little bit like, well, I wrote the movie. It's my character. It's my movie. And then when he would go on late night shows, like he didn't know if he should go on as Pee Wee Herman or himself.
Right.
And he started just going on as Pee Wee Herman. And then it was sort of like,
this character was born.
He couldn't not be Pee Wee Herman to be recognized. Right. And then there came a point in his career where he was like, you know, and he was so successful, but he was like, it's really he like regrets it in a way.
But it's kind of crazy because Pee Wee Herman doesn't look that much different than Paul.
He kind of does, though. Like the way he carries himself and the way and the makeup, and he's like pale and he has this like, slicked hair and everything. Right. He does. But I was like, this is so interesting to see, especially during this week when I was like, oh my God, like no one knows that I do Steve. You know, like when we dress up in full wigs and stuff, like people don't know. Totally. You know, I think for you, like probably Jennifer Coolidge, they don't necessarily know that's you doing it. Like you're fully in like, you know, the makeup and the wig and whatever. And it was so interesting to hear him be like, it sucked not being credited as like the writer for my work, but also I was doing well, so you have to like ride the success out. Totally. And then like HBO hit him up to do his TV show because they did the movie, and you know it was like it just kept growing and being bigger. Yep. But it's funny because the doc is called Pee Wee Herman as himself, and like he's so fucking funny as like a human
self.
That you're just like, oh my God, I do wish he had that opportunity. Like he hosted SNL as Pee Wee Herman. Like he didn't.
That's crazy.
He didn't like not. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
he stayed in the character.
Yeah, and it's interesting now to see him tell this story and be like, fuck, like I wanted to fucking do other stuff. Like I thought if I played this like hot guy in a role, like in a movie, like they would be like, oh, he does other stuff, but no one connected the two. no one knew Paul Rubens was his name. And I was like, this is so fascinating to like grasp at that. Like, he has a huge house in Hollywood Hills. He fucking made a shitload of money off of Pee Wee Herman. And he wants to act and still do other things, but like that's what's
he's stuck in that
thing.
In that role.
It was like stuck, but not stuck. I don't know. It's interesting to hear. You'll love hearing him like grapple with it. Like now in his life.
Grapple is such a weird word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrestle with it.
Yeah.
Grapple.
Thank you.
Grapple.
Anyway, highly recommend it. It's so
really
I can't wait
good.
to finish it tonight. I'm
really want to watch
ready
that
to
now.
watch the rest. But
really, really cool.
He's also so funny in it because he's like
I know it's fun to see him unveil the real person that he is.
Oh my God.
Obviously he has to be funny to make a character like Pee-wee. But so it's crazy to see him just without all that.
I've seen videos of him like as him, you know what I mean? Like he's close with a lot. Like when he passed away, Kathy Griffin posted a video that he made for her and it's so funny.
Yeah.
And you can find it probably on TikTok. That's probably where I saw it. But it was just like, you're like, oh, he's like a really good friend and hilarious person. Like, even though he was this funny character his whole life. Like, it's so crazy. Anyway, sorry if I got serious, but.
No, that was honestly, that's dead on with so relatable to us.
Yeah, because no one knows I do
and
Kris Jenner. Like people, and a lot of people will be like, wait, you do Steve and Kris Jenner? Like they don't realize, oh yeah, I put on a different wig to do someone else.
It's just because we put on a wig here. I know,
and
it
it's
is pretty
fine.
crazy.
You know, it's like I want to be known as me too, but I do like hiding behind the anonymity a little bit. Like it's fun.
There's something so interesting in that we could honestly write a whole thesis about because I almost got scared of stand up because when you do stand up, it's very raw, it's very real. You have to be super vulnerable in yourself, and that's why it's kind of safe to put on a wig because you're being silly without having to reveal your feelings. And we've talked about it before that I'm a little bit more guarded with revealing my feelings because I always wanted to be happy and put on like this shield. So the wig is almost a shield.
Yeah. And it's funny. I love talking about myself on stage. I really enjoy it as me.
It can be cathartic for some people.
It is. It's funny because I'm like, I actually do my best work when I'm in the lowest places. Like,
yeah.
I think because I don't put as much pressure on myself. Like, I'll have a better show.
The only place we can go up is here.
You know,
only place we can go is up.
I don't even think that. I just think, well, whatever, you know, I fucking can't get worse today, you know, so I might as well bomb on stage, and then I usually do better. But
it's like Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Yeah.
Anyway, very true. I think that's a good place to put a pin in it.
All right, let's put a pin in it. I guess.
I hope we have time though because we do have to.
We're good. We're
rush.
Good. Yeah,
we'll share. But yeah, do we have any announcements? Anything coming up?
Not that I can think of. Go listen and watch all of our other episodes. We've been a little wonky with our schedule, but we're trying to get back on track. And we owe you some celeb catch-up content. So
definitely
stay tuned. And and listen to us on Heather McMahon's podcast this week too.
I believe it will be coming out this week. So huge.
More
cruise talk. Yeah. I know you wanted it.
You want it. We love you. And find us on YouTube. We'll see you next time.